Can I see the thing? Because it's last time when you said that I seen it said
it's saying live right now, and we're on YouTube. That's the only one we have a subscription in for.
okay. So maybe it's just a small delay. I have to find it. I don't. Let's see. Let's go to the lives, and it has this private. So I'm gonna have this public. Here we go. Let me see.
Is it the setting that's off?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm saving it right now. And hi everyone. 1 second. I'm going to.
Okay, let's see it.
I'm so sorry for the delay. I have my computer down here. Good evening, everyone. Or good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're at. I'm Nova, and from That's So Nova, and we are going to do part 2 of our sew along with my hair and my computer, and everything wants to cooperate at the same time. We're going to do part 2. So we're going to need pack 1 and pack 2. The pack information is on description page 17. For pack 1, we need the strap, swivel hooks, and strap ends. For pack 2, we're going to need handles, connectors, your either triangle or D-rings, the main panel, and the front pocket. And everyone, I did not cut out my front pockets yet last week. So when we were ending the live, I was putting all the packets together so that way it'll be easier to grab and go during the video process or during this process. And sure, I have the pattern drop below on my foot, and no, I did not do it. So I'm using actually another brown color vinyl, and it's just going to be really pretty with multiple colors. I'm going to invoke my inner Nancy. If you're in the Ororosa show off group, you know who Nancy is. Her bags are phenomenal, and somehow, some way, she's able to like merge like a lot of fabrics into one particular thing, and it just comes out so elegant. Hey Katie, hey So Country, Little Bond, Kendall's here too.
Hello there.
Okay, he whispered hello like you would hear. Can everyone hear me okay? I'm gonna see what they say. It's really weird watching myself on the screen. I just want to throw that out there. So let's get started. I'm using my Juki 5550N. I get questions on this machine all the time. This is an industrial machine that usually used in factories for garments. I switched out the feed dogs. I was talking to the person I purchased this from. His name is Steve from Sewing Gold. I wanted to make garments because I like sewing clothes, but I also wanted to be able to make bags. So when I make garments, I have the feed dogs that came with this machine. And when I make bags, I switch them out for a heavier feed dog. But this machine is essentially just like a domestic machine, except it just has it's just connected to a bigger power punch. So there's no walking foot or anything that goes with it. It's just a regular machine that's just an industrial. So what I do before I start with any big project, I try to switch out my needles. I know a lot of people say that and they don't do it, but it can make and break your project on some things. And with Alexis's bags, we always have a tendency to make the straps first, and that is going to be like a key function on your bag, and you can see every stitch, and it's just really important to switch out your needle. I have a test fabric right here. It's 2 layers of marine vinyl. I was checking out the stitches to see if I like that length and how the back looks. Just little things like that can help tremendously with stitching. So let's get started. We are going to start with on page 18 using pack 1. And I have my packs in like little baskets or in little envelopes. Pack 1 doesn't have a whole lot of components. Where you have a strap and some like hardware. You don't necessarily need end caps. If you want them, then great. If you don't, then it's okay too. So here's my strap. I drew down a line down the middle, and I put double-sided tape. And I'm going to now fold this in on itself and leave roughly like a 1/16 or 1/8 like gap in between, so that when the fabric folds on itself, it's not going to bunch. The little gap just helps keep the fabric even as possible. I'm using a 9014 needle, and I'm using way wax thread in this really pretty, like a chocolate brown. It's not really dark. It's like milk chocolate.
Hi, Livis. Hi, Karina. From Norway.
See, take your time. You don't have to use double-sided tape. If your machine's like no bueno on the tape, there is like Dritz wash away tape that is better on the machine and doesn't gum up the needles. Or you can just, you know, let it gum up and then use the alcohol wipe to wipe it down. There's a couple things you can do. I'm gonna grab some clips, and I'm just gonna fold it over and clip it. Make sure that the two sides are even.
Hello there, Veronica. How are you?
Let's see. All right, so I'm going to pull off this practice piece, put it back in my little bucket. So I rarely try to not waste scraps. I will try to use it as a tester for the fabrics I'm going to be sewing with. I'm going to do this at a number 4 stitch. Back stitch at the beginning and end. We're going 1/8 of an inch. Take your time. If you're going to stop, make sure you put your needle in the needle down position. And make sure you just breathe. I know top stitching could be intimidating, but you got this. Hi from California. Hi from Australia. We're just all over the world tonight. This is pretty amazing. Okay, so I've worked with this material before, and it literally, these straps will twist really bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew it in the same direction. I'm using a narrow foot, so I know that in between my little toe of the machine is exactly 1/8. So I'm going to just let that ride.
Hey Veronica, glad you were able to jump on. We're working on the Ororosa travel bag.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Pack 1 and pack 2. Just take your time, breathe. There's no race with top stitching. Just do it at your own leisure and your own pace. Okay. All right. So we're going to do some drawing and whatnot. We're going to fold and encase the raw edges. So we already top stitched the strap 1/8 of an inch on both sides, and now we're going to install some hardware. We're going to fold up the hole punch. We're going to fold up the marker. I just had my hardware. Hold on, there it is. All right, we're going to grab our hardware. I'm using Finalizing bags, swivel clasp. I really like the way these particular ones look. I love the more oval ones, but this, I don't know. These are really nice and I like them a lot. So we're going to take one side and we're going to fold this over by 2 inches. So what I'm going to do, this is 2 inches. Just taking my, threading my strap, swivel clasp through the strap, and I am putting the ruler down so that way you can see this is 1 inch, 2 inch, and I'm doing it from the end. This needs to go up by like a half, 1/4 of an inch. There it goes. And I'm marking it where the 2 is. I'm sticking a Wonder clip, or these are the clips I got from Laura Mormon now. They're pink, and I got the purple ones that are my favorite right now. All right. So on the, we're gonna make rivet holes on at 3/4 of an inch and 1 1/2 of an inch. So I'm gonna use the 1/2 inch side to line it up and draw some dots. So we're going to do it at 3/4 of an inch. I'm just using a Sharpie pen. And 1 1/2. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I get these Westcott rulers from Amazon, and they're really relatively not expensive. They're pliable. I've accidentally sewn with them. Like, I was doing a project and I have one ruler that has like stitch marks across, but these rulers they have the 1/8 inch, all the boxes all the way around. So when a designer's like 3 3/4 or 1 3/8, I'm like, I got this, because I could just count out the boxes and I'll be straight. They're really cheap. Because at first I was super intimidated because the notches on, I don't know, some rulers have it. Like this ruler has the 1/8. Yeah, but not all. All rulers don't have that. So 3/4 of an inch and 1 1/2. Okay. Thank you, Alexis. Let's see. Ororosa travel bag. Okay. My hole punch is behind me, Shova. So we're going to punch out the holes. And do it on this side. Okay, put my thing back so I don't lose it. And I'm gonna get some rivets. And then I'm going to get my rivet press. I got my rivet press from Minkus Margot on Etsy. I got it like 2, maybe 3 years ago, and their customer service is really amazing. They have a lot of different dyes, and it's, I don't know, it feels awesome supporting a small business. And my rivets are from, I'm pretty sure they're from Emmeline. Sometimes, occasionally, if I'm out of rivets, I'll use the one on Amazon. And the one on Amazon in my area is Springfield Tannery. They have really good rivets too. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put these rivets back. I'm going to get my strap ends. The strap ends from Serial Bag Maker. I'm looking for the screwdriver, and it's right on my magnet on my. These could fit. They feel like it's. Oh no, that's pretty cool. There's 3. This is a 1-inch one. I had to keep measuring it because I was like, is this for a 1/2 inch? And nope. Let's see how these come out. This is my first time using her 1-inch. In caps, I usually use like the 3/4 of an inch. You know what? I'm going to remove all the screws. So I have this little magnet bowl. I lose screws all the time. I buy extra ones off of Amazon as well. I'm notorious for misplacing a screw. So I have a friend named Jillian, and if you're definitely in this bag making world, you know her bags. Her bags are amazing. And she told me to get a magnetic bowl, and it has been a lifesaver since. See, this one's a little weird because usually I could just slide them in, and it's not really bulky, so we shall see. It could just be me. Let me see. I'm going to smush this down just a little bit and see if that works. If not, then I can order strap ends before we finish the bag. Ta-da! It worked like magic. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take these screws. I know I've seen some people even have like these electric screwdriver, and I was like, okay, one day I'm going to definitely have to try that. You could put a drop of turn lock or some kind of blue fray check in, so that way you can secure. I never had any of the screws shift, but I hear it can happen, and if it's happened to you, that's one way to prevent it. I like how big, I kind of like how big these strap ends are, I'm not gonna lie. I did measure it twice. I was like, is this for 1 inch? Because look, it's so much wider, but it's meant for a 1-inch strap, or up to probably a 1 1/4 strap. That happens a lot too. If you don't have a magnetic bowl, if you have like a ring of some sort, you can always put it on the table, and they won't move around that way too.
Inside of the whole set of scissors too.
Yeah, like the ones that are connected to the magnet. I'm just taking a pair of, I don't know what the word for this is. I want to call it crimpers, but I know it's like pliers.
It's pliers.
Okay.
Needle nose pliers.
Yeah, and I'm pushing it down. I got it because the color is blue. I'm not gonna lie. My other one's pink. I just get tired of seeing like black or yellow. I'm just like, ugh. I think I got those at Joann's actually, in the jewelry section. Okay. If these little screws want to cooperate, we can be friends. And then we're going to start with pack 2. Literally, the screw does not want to cooperate with me. Okay. Okay. Put this magnet bowl across the room.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, the bowl was saved by the scissors. Okay.
But did everything fly out?
Everything else flew out. It's okay.
Anything there you needed?
No. So we have our shoulder strap, and we're going to put this away. And then we're going to start with pack 2. We're going to grab the connectors. Remember, they're the ones that have that little piece of Decovil light at the like down. We drew a line. You probably can't see mine, it's pink. And then we are going to grab some double-sided tape. When I'm like watching the side profile of the live over here, I realize I do a lot of hand gestures. Definitely like my mom. If she's watching, she's probably smiling. My mom does like a lot of, when she's talking, it's just like all these hand gestures and you're just watching her hands. It's, I guess, like mother like daughter scenario. All right, so we're going to put the double-sided tape. We're going to make sure it sticks on. This side's going to butt right up against the other, so you don't have to worry about having a space, because we're going to have them line right up to each other. And then do the same for the other. And we're going to top stitch these connectors 3/8 of an inch going on both sides. Yeah. Okay, so sometimes when I want the glue from the strap to stay on, I just rub it against something so that the glue can adhere even more. It may not work, it's just something weirdly I do. So we're going to go over to my sewing machine. We're going to sew a 3/8 of an inch. This weird little mark is 3/8 of an inch. Let's see. I'm just going to take my other strap and feed it in right behind it. I'm going to go over 2 stitches and go down 3/8 of an inch on the other side. And I'm just going to bring the other one over. Trim the threads. All right. We're going to run double-sided tape on I'm going to place a double-sided tape 2 inches down from the short ends. I'm just making sure I have the double-sided tape where the deckable light is. So on the wrong side, I'm going to do 2 inches in. Grab some double-sided tape. Then at the 2-inch rule, I'm going to grab our connector, or triangle connectors. I like these better because then the strap doesn't continuously turn. That is, I despise when that happens. And we're going to fold over the short 1/2 inch of an inch at 1.5 inches. So I'm just right there. Press down the double-sided tape, and I'm going to bring this over here. Okay, and you just want to make sure they match up. I'm going to check, double check our person because I don't want the straps to be all messy. Okay, let's see if my straps want to stay. Then we're going to get a double-sided tape, and we're going to put it on the opposite ends. Don't go up 3/4 of an inch. So you can make a mark if you wish. You can, so that way you have, if you're more of a visual person, draw 3/4 of an inch and just put a little line there so you know where to stop the double-sided tape. Just put it down. Okay. All right, so we're going to hop onto page 20. We're going to put these, we're going to start working on the handles. We're going to grab them, and we are going to draw a line that is 2 inches in the middle. I'm just using a blue pen so it can show up better because and do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to put double-sided tape on here. And we're going to have like that little bit of gappage because these straps are going to get folded over. So just, it could be like 1 1/16 to 1 1/8. It's just so that way when it folds on each other, the bulk of the inside will be evenly distributed. Okay. So this is going to sound weird, right? When I get my double-sided tape from Weight Whack, it has a different smell than the ones I get from Amazon. I can't explain it. It's a weird thing, but off of the smell of the double-sided tape, I know if it's Weight Wax or not. And I know that sounds weird, and maybe I spend way too much time with double-sided tape. It has...
So not good.
it has like a weird glue smell, but it's like not bad. I can't. It's a.
You're telling people you sniff.
It's I don't sniff double-sided tape. I felt like I should express that because maybe I'm not alone. I'm not, and other people will be like, yeah. Every time I get a new, like, all the packs of double-sided tape, I do, like...
You just said it again.
I know, but that's not sniffing. It's just, like, appreciation of Waywack tape. I'm just throwing that out there. It smells differently than when I get other double-sided tape from other companies. It's just throwing that out there. Probably not alone. And, like, when you rip the double-sided tape up, like, it has, like, a fragrance you can smell. It does have a smell though. Like if you are around it enough, you just like, okay. Like that's like children's glue. You know what it smells like. Okay, Katie, can you like give me some rendition? Because I know you probably have Waywack. Everyone has Waywack tape. Or Waywack. I'm gonna call up there tomorrow. Be like, how do you say your name? And I'm gonna pop some clips in here and then get the other one because we're gonna do very similar like the connectors. We're gonna do 3/8 of an inch. In the middle, we're gonna do Ororosa's signature handles, which these handles, I'm not gonna lie, I almost incorporated in every single bag because they look so elegant. She created a really good handle. Stop laughing at it. It does smell.
I'm laughing because everybody else is laughing.
Okay. It has a smell. I'm not lying. It's like different. And it takes off my nail polish. If you don't have nail polish remover, just get some double-sided tape. Okay, I'm not. It's like a real thing.
Uh-huh.
It is.
Katie's agreeing. She's using it right now.
Yeah, it's a weird smell. Like I can't explain. It doesn't smell bad. Like you know how like children's white Elmer glue doesn't smell bad, but like any other glue you'd be like, oh, it's so strong. But is it because we used it as a kid and arts and crafts that we're used to the smell and it's like memory? But yeah, maybe it's like, oh, my favorite bags were used with this tape. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Watch somebody from Wawa call me and be like, our tape doesn't have a distinguished smell. I'm like, yeah, it does, buddy. All right. So we have these. We're going to sew them 3/8 of an inch down. I'm grabbing my little tails. Now everybody on Facebook could be like, yeah, just you know that Shinova girl, she likes the way double-sided tape smell. But just the particular brand. I got some from Springfield Leather and like it wasn't as sticky. I can't explain it. It didn't come up my machine, but it like immediately lifted. And I was like, well, that sucks. I learned a lesson. Because, like, whenever I shop at a fabric store, whatever fabric store it is, from, like, fabric.com to Fabric Candy Shop, any store, I try to see if they have double-sided tape. And one day, I was looking through Springfield Leather, because they do have some really pretty faux leathers, and I seen double-sided tape. I was like, I'll get this faux leather, and I'll get double-sided tape. Yeah. Not a fan of their double-sided tape. And, like, when I was taking it off, it would just rip. And I'm like... I'm not going to throw it away, so every time I used it, I was just like side-eyeing it a little bit. That's when I noticed, because there's nothing on the tape says Waywack, so I'm like not even the inside rim. So one day I noticed that this tape had a unique smell.
Still can't believe you tried.
Well, here's the thing. I'm in the sewing room for a long time by myself, so I start noticing things that maybe people don't typically notice. Now everybody's smelling their tape, right? It's a weird thing. Just like the machine, like how do you say an old sticker, this is my 3/8 of an inch, and I know just because it's a mark, you know? I see people using markers, mine's is this sticker. And I have magnets, like I can legit go like, oh, this is my 3/8 of an inch mark. I just don't use it. But I'll use it for the sake of this video. It gets in the way. When you do top stitching, you're like, see? Now it's making a weird sound. Magnets, man. So I'm going to stop with the needle down, hop over 1, 2 stitches. I'm going to bring my strap. I wonder why it doesn't like the sound. Oh, it's because the oil that I have on that. Hold on, it'll stop making the sound as soon as I clean it after this. Hopefully. Because the squeaking is not cute. Yeah, that magnet was like, there's like all this oil on it. Oh, it's from, there's like sewing thread oil that you can put on the machines to make the thread not like fray or frizz. It can get everywhere. And I'll just wipe it, because that is super annoying. Okay, hold on. Let's see what I have over here. Just 1 minute, please. I have a scrap of something that I like. All right, so we did the 3/8 of an inch all the way down the middle. We're going to now do some measurements on the handles. We are going to make markings from, we're going to do 7.5 and 6.5. And I'm using this pen that I got from So Whatever. It's a tandy leather pen inside, but the cap is nice and like a blue gray, so I like pretty things. 6.5. And we're going to do it on the opposite side. Okay. Yeah, I first did this bag on the Esperanza and then the Erica, and then it just became part of like my everyday straps. I know it's just the way it looks is so high end, so lush. All right. Then we're going to start with the opening on one side at this, starting at the 7.5 line, and we're not going to back stitch. We're going to go 1/8 of an inch across up to the other 7.5. I can't talk today. The other 7.5 mark, and then across, and then up, and then across, and then we're going to pull out the threads and tie them off. This gives it where there's no back stitching, there's no knots. It looks really nice. So we're going to start. Just breathe. And it's not going to go away, is it? No. I'll change the foot after this pass. Maybe it's the foot. Start with the needle down and then you pivot. Needle down, pivot again. Huh?
Sandra has a question. For her Catalina, she used regular all-purpose thread. Should she be using something stronger for this bag?
This is a polyester all-purpose thread, 40 weight from Waywack, and that's what I'm using. I use Gutermann on the Doctor Who bag that I got from Joann's, and it came out fine. My rule of thumb is make sure it's all-purpose polyester and not cotton. A cotton's strong, but cotton, it's weird. If you're using synthetic materials, I think you should use synthetic threads. If that makes sense, because I know there's a lot of bag makers that use all cotton, but they're also probably making the bags like with Tula Pink fabric or Alcyn glass, and everything's like all cotton. Right now we're using vinyl for the handles, so I just feel like it needs the same thing. Like it needs to have synthetic. All right, synthetics, like all-purpose polyester. So I'm cutting long tails, and what I'm going to do is we have to open this up a little bit, and I'm going to grab a needle. Let me get a needle, or I'm using a pen, and I went through the first loop and I'm pulling all the strings to the inside. It's magic. See? And then I'm going to take all the strings and I'm going to make a knot.
Hey, Alessandra, how you doing?
You
from Brazil.
Ooh. So I definitely think you can use, as long as it's all-purpose thread, I think it should be fine. Hopefully some other people in the chat have used it. I did use Gutermann's considered all-purpose thread, and I used it in my first bag. So we're done with one strap. I'm going to change out this foot because the squeaking is not, I just can't. I don't, noises. I'm replacing the foot from the narrow foot to, do you have a Teflon foot? I thought I just had it. Oh, it's right here, dash. It's never too far away from me. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're gonna go to where the opening is. Don't go on the opposite side because then you can't pull your threads. Have long tails. We're gonna go 1/8 of an inch. Oh yeah, not that annoying squeak sound. Okay. It's not a race. Just take your time, breathe. And when you have to stop at a back stitch with the needle down, not on a back stitch. Go across. And I'm going to go over one more stitch. For this machine, my machine is really weird. So like my friend who has one that's similar, she can use 70 weight on this machine. My machine, whenever I use 70 weight, I don't know if it's like in my head or whatever. My machine hates 70 weight. I can have 70 weight in the top and 40 in the bottom, and I get a lot of skip stitches, nesting, the whole 9 yards. But if I put 40 weight thread from Saba or Gutermann in my machine, it acts like the best thing ever. See, long tails. All right, so let me show you again. So we have our tails, one on one side and one on the other side. We're going to bring them in to the, I had a really good, you can use a stiletto. You're just grabbing the threads and you're pulling them into the inside. And then we're going to knot it off like 3 knots. One. 2. 3. And then you're going to snip close, and the little knot, you can just kind of tuck it in and you're good to go. Ta-da! So now we're going to put on the back side DST, that is 6 inches. I draw everything out, it just makes things easier. Because on the other side we have a line that goes to 6.5. This just helps keep everything out of your stitching. All right. Grabbing my double-sided tape, not side-eyeing it. Okay. Okay, make sure you're staying hydrated, having something nice to drink. I have sweet tea by me. It should be water, but my husband just made it today or last night, so I wanted to get some for all the kids too. All right, so we're gonna grab our main panel, and the main panel with the cell phone cutout. That has a wide cutout. Not a wide, you. Come on, Nova. So we have this beautiful brown, and we are going to measure 2 inches from the bottom and draw a line. All right. And we're going to find our centers. I'm just drawing a line here. I usually, before I do any pieces, I usually do like a small little V-snip in the bag each way. You're going to position your 6-inch ruler that's wide. So 3 inches on one side, 3 inches on the other. And we're going to put our straps. And if you notice in the pattern, the edge that is naturally folded in is positioned inwards. So, I mean, you could do it either way. There's no hard or fast rule. It just, I like the way this bag looks, so I'm trying to emulate it a little bit. I'm just going to push down. It's 3 inches on each side. The lines that we drew to find our centers, I'm just lining it up with my ruler. All right. We are now going to stitch up to the 6.5 line, then down. And you could back stitch in the beginning and nobody will see the stitch. Big scissors. All right. 1/8 of an inch. And I just kind of fold this over when I'm sewing. Trim threads. Okay. I'm still at a 4 stitch length. Okay, and we are going to do the same thing on the other main panel piece. Just put this one aside real quick. 2 inches. Find your centers. Sometimes when I'm doing this and I feel like it's shifting, I'll just pop a clip on wherever the place I think is shifting too much. I'm drawing a line, center, drawing a line on the center for the 2-inch mark, and then on the bottom. Grabbing my 6-inch ruler, putting the 3 lining up with my strap. Double side tape off. Making sure everything's still lined up and I didn't move anything. Making sure the strap is not twisted. Okay. 1/8 of an inch. We're going to repeat the steps we just did. Remember, just breathe. You got this. Stop, put the needle down, then you pivot. So like sometimes when I'm doing straps like this, I don't cut the thread. Sometimes I just bring the thread over to the next one and I cut it at the end. I don't know if it's lazy or not, but I feel like it's time efficient, but I can't be quoted on that. When you stop, when you do the needle down, just wait, pull it all the way down until it starts clicking up, and then sew. Trim our threads. Okay, then we're going to grab our connector. We're going to punch holes. I'm just going to do it all at one time. Place this with the same. Same level. I'm just going to draw a 6.5 inch line on here when you fill in my, so it's at the same level. I know there's questions about hiding the zipper thing. When we get to that part of the luggage case, which is coming up, I will explain. I did have a piece of vinyl that went over so you didn't see the strap ends. You really are not going to see them as much. If you paint the ends of your straps, that can help make the distraction where you can't notice them. I understand when we were testing it, there were some people that did it. I know I did it on my second bag. It can create a little bit, another layer of bulk. So if your machine can handle it, by all means, go for it. If your machine can't, no one's going to see the end of the strap. When you open it up, they're just going to be amazed that there's 2 zippers there that you can open up and use. Butting them right up next to each other, making that 6.5 inch mark. I always have to like put the cap on my tandy pins. I don't know if this happens anywhere else because I've been noticing it. I live in Maryland. If I don't put the cap on the tandy pins, they dry out overnight and they won't be able to use. I can't use them, and then I get super frustrated. I don't know if that happens to anybody else. My iron-on ones, no matter what brand I get, they seem not to work after like a week or two. First I thought I had a fabric goblin or like something in my room that was distracting it, but I don't know if it's the humidity. I'm not too sure. That's why you see a lot of Sharpie pens when I'm working. I'm thinking it's the humidity. I blame it for my frizzy hair, so, you know, I'll just have to say, hey, that's what's wrong with my pens, too. All right, so we're going to mark some places for rivets. Okay, so the first rivet is back on page 22. We're going to, on figure 37, we're going to punch a hole right above the stitching. So I'm going to mark it in the center, which because of our stitching, we can see the holes great. So it's right above the line on both of them. And actually, all three of them should have a hello. All right. Now there is I'm going to grab my hole puncher. And I'm just gonna maneuver. I actually, when it's not late, I usually use a drill that I hammer in. It just makes it easier, and it's not like in awkward positions where you're like scrunching up your fabric. Okay, I'm going to get my rivets. And just make sure when you get your rivets, they're flush with the back. If the post is too high, it cannot set correctly, and that's why some rivets like pop off. It happens. It could be a bad set or whatever. I like to put all my rivets on and then hole punch them. Not hole punch them, but then put the rivets, like set them all at the same time. Because I have been known to like, oh yeah, I set that rivet, and then at the end of the bag, no, I did not. I'm filling these colors together, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, that one does not want to work together. Okay, maybe it's the post on this one. All right. So I'm using, I believe, the small on inline. Let's set these bad boys. You can feel like a small like click when you do it, like it's like a 2-click part, and then I'm like, oh, I set the rivet right without lifting. I have accidentally hit my face with this lever one time when I first started getting it, because I was like putting all my body weight on it, and so when it bounced back, this part just hit me in the face, and I'm pretty sure I had a concussion. And then I was also crushing the post. Okay, all 3 are set. We're going to grab our pockets and our pocket linings. Here's one I came in with a different color. It's like a camel color because I ran out of the other one, but I thought, hey, it looks good. All right, I'm gonna put these. All right, we're going to. So these are 3/8 of an inch. Back stitch at the beginning. You also can draw out the 3/8 of an inch, if that helps. Yeah. That's what happens when you try to steal someone's Sour Patches.
Well, that's what happened when I tried to pick up your pen. That just fell.
No, I'm sticking to what I said.
Oh, man.
All right. I'm trimming down the seam allowance and using a pinking shear. And then I'm just gonna finger press this, and I cut into my stitches in here. Okay, hold on. When you cut into your stitches, you can sew around it like 1/8 of an inch, but you just do it even, or the pocket will look weird. That's why you clip Nova, so you can catch all sides. Now repink, don't cut the seam, don't cut into the second row of stitching. Okay, now I'm going to finger press. If you're working with cotton or canvas, then you can press at your machine. If you're working with vinyl or waterproof canvas or something else that cannot be ironed, you just have to finger press. You can seam roll with a roller as well. And what I do is I'm going to pop some clips in, so when we top stitch this, Make it be nice and neat. Put this back over here. Just press out all the curves. Okay, so we're going to top stitch this at 1/8 of an inch. Take your time. Take the curve slow and just breathe.
Hey Veronica, no, we'll not be finishing this bag tonight. This is part 2 of a 4-part series.
5-part, the first
5-part series, sorry.
Yeah, so we're doing packet 1 and 2 today. We're on pack 2. So we have our top stitching. This is an awesome place to have your label. This is just one of those places you can have it. So I'm going to take my label. If you have a cotton or a woven one, you can put it in different places. You can have it right in the middle. You can have it on top of the bag. You know what? I'm going to put it in a different place so I can show you. So we did 1 pocket. Let's do the second. Clip it. Three-eighths of an inch. I'm going to back stitch. Okay. If you need to make the bag faster because you're going on a trip or whatever, I do have the Ororosa playlist for this bag just by itself. It's four videos, and you can watch it or just watch parts of it that you need assistance. If you are like, hey, after watching your video, I still have questions, the live might be better for you because you can ask a question and I or Alexis or somebody else in the group that's awesome will help assist you too. I think that's why I like lives, because sometimes I have questions on the bag, and if like the designer's there or someone that has made the bag multiple times is there, then I'm like, oh cool, I have the opportunity to ask the question that I need. And I'm finger pressing this and then just rubbing my fingers in between to make sure this nice and crisp. You can use like a boning tool. Or non-blunt. I use a lot of chopsticks. Or like you see with the first one, I did just use my fingers. It came out okay. So now we're going to do the same thing. Top stitch this at 1/8 of an inch. I can't believe tomorrow is going to be August the 1st. I literally am like, where did July go? But I'm not going to lie. I'm like, fall is my favorite season except the beginning of fall when like Rag Week is out, because man, that wreaks so much havoc on my sinuses and allergies. But fall's my favorite season. So I'm like, yeah, come on, fall. Let's do it. Also, the kids will be back in school, so it's like the most magical time of the year for me. All right, so.
Veronica left a message for you.
Yeah, 100%. I was trying to get all black cork for my father-in-law because, what is he again? His fraternity?
Alpha Phi Alpha Incorporated.
Oh, so that particular color is like black and old gold. And I really want to make him a travel bag because this man is always on the move. Like he travels more than anyone else I know. So I was like, this might be a really great carry-on for him. But I wanted the black to look really, really good. And I'm also trying to find like a gold cork. And I want to add like shoulder surgery. So it's something that I'm always constantly hyper aware of. So I'm thinking cork might be the best thing. So I'm going to grab the main piece that doesn't have the foam pocket. And we're going to place one of these beautiful pieces on just lining everything up. The fabric. We're going to stitch this base stitch like 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Yeah, definitely have to like the person, but I really think this would make an awesome gift for like so many different occasions. Like, oh, you graduated school, here's your first travel bag. This could be a good baby bag for when you have your kids and throw stuff in. You can modify for it, or
definitely a baby bag.
I actually think it would be great. I'm sending the kids to grandma's house. Here's all their clothes in this bag. Bye. And I'll put something cool on it, like, to grandma. This is the to grandma bag. So we're gonna base this in place at 1/8 of an inch. And really follow the 1/8 of an inch because you don't want to like. Binding takes a lot out of this vinyl, so baste. It's funny, during testing, I had no idea the beast is what this is called in our group, and the beast was this big until I started sewing this panel. I was like, holy moly, this is a big bag. It's not. Oh, so where I'm gonna put my my sign on this one. I seen someone else in our group do it, and I'm just going to borrow their style. I'm making the center mark. I have circle logos, and I just going to figure out the prongs.
You need a little bit of force there.
Yeah, that I need to put another blade in. Yes, I bend down. I could bend down the prawns. Someone was like, "You could bend down the prawns of Heartburn was like, yes. Sometimes I can rip duct tape. This is electrical tape that I got from Cereal Bag Maker, and it's one of my favorite things to put over hardware because it just sticks. I don't know. I have like maybe a bad luck thing with duct tape. I have no idea. I see everybody else's duct tape just sticking and mine's just not. And I'm like, I'm going to try the Gorilla Tape. Someone told me that, but I don't know. It just, I have to, there's different things now. But this electrical tape is really cool. All right, so we're done with that one. We're going to, now we're going to do, oh yeah. All right, we're going to do the luggage keeper. Now the luggage keeper part, you need to really make sure your fabric is directional. The first step tells you to draw the line at the bottom of the print. So we're going to get the luggage keeper lining move all this stuff over here. And hopefully it won't fall. Don't fall. Okay. We're going to get the lining. And we're going to draw from one edge, we're going to draw 3/4 of an inch. And we're using a permanent pen. Sorry, I'm just making sure.
Kathleen from Texas says that she's working up the courage to make this bag. It's a stunner.
You could totally do it. I honestly don't believe there's like beginning, advanced, or whatever. Like, I believe that anyone can make any bag if they have the time for it. Like, I've seen some bag makers out there. Like, look at the designer. She does not have a domestic machine, and she turns out some of the most beautiful bags I see across Facebook, Instagram, all this. And it's just knowing your machine, taking the time, and realize it's not a race. You're not competing with anyone except yourself. So take your time, and I totally think you can make it. It seems intimidating. It's bigger than what we normally make. But once you make it, you're going to want to pop out a million of them. So we're going to we draw the 3/4 of an inch on the lining, and then we're going to grab the exterior. I'm going to just put this lining right here on the side, and we're going to draw a line 3/4 of an inch from one long edge, the one that has where the interfacing is 1 inch away. So we're going to do 3/8 of an inch on one, on the one that has the 1 inch. Oh man, my pens go dead so fast. I didn't like 3/4 of an inch on one side. Someone needs to come out with like some really cool pin sets for fabric, like for like bag makers or whatever, that need to write permanent lines or whatever that doesn't bleed through on the fabric. All right. So we have that. We're going to take, on figure 50, we're going to take, we're going to lay your lining keeper right sides up. And clip the 19-inch zipper. I just had that zipper. Hi, Melissa. Where did you go? Okay, so it's that. All right, so here's my 19-inch zipper. I'm gonna separate it. And We're gonna, thank you. We're gonna take our, we're gonna lay our luggage keeper lining right side up, and you're in your workspace. You're gonna take the 19-inch zipper and clip it. Wrong side, right side's up. We're gonna clip one of the 19-inch zipper tapes matching raw edge to raw edge, and right side's up. Base this at 1/8 of an inch on it. Okay, and then we're going to turn this 180 and take the luggage exterior right sides and clip along the edge with the 1-inch gap from the stabilizer. So that's the one with the 3/8 of an inch mark, because that's what we're going to be sewing. Whoa, hold on. I need to double check myself. The shipper, I love how she has check yourself, like the zipper should be at the bottom. So we're going to do 3/8 of an inch. All right, so we clip zippers on the bottom together. One to 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Then we're going to get some double-sided tape and put it where the lines are drawn. Okay. We're going to remove the paper backing from the middle exterior down and stick it to the DST. Tape. And we're going to double-sided tape. Hold on, let's see. Okay, hold on. I think I did something wrong. Wrapping tailors will create a clean exterior. I feel like I did something wrong. Hold on. Yeah, I did something wrong. Because this is supposed to, when it matches to this, the zipper tape should be out, but this, wait, no. Shouldn't have, you didn't do something wrong because you're looking at the interior versus the exterior. This goes down and this goes right here, so we have a nice clean finish. Okay, continue, carry on. Don't doubt yourself. Learn from my mistakes.
You got this, Nova.
I know, I'm
just breathe.
Just breathe. I wish I had my Dark Vaders shirt that said that right now. That's like my favorite. All right. I just need to put double-sided tape down on here. Why am I always looking for a double-sided tape? And that's why we were supposed to put it right here. Okay. Don't look at the lining part when you think you're doing something wrong. All right. Okay, I'm just going to, you can flip this part, but because I need to just stick this down. That, I don't know, right now this waterproof canvas that I have is not like sticking to the double-sided tape. Super weird. Weirder stuff happens though. All right, let's do this. Okay. We're going to do a 1/8 of an inch on both sides to top stitch. I'm at a 4-stitch lead. Okay, and we're going to do a 1/8 of an inch. Just going to roll this, make sure all this, the seam lays flat as possible. I'm sorry, I just like totally sucker punched the camera.
It's okay. That was not active.
Okay. You guys did not get punched at home, which is awesome. All right, so we're going to top stitch this at 1/8 of an inch as well. So when I was reading this pattern, I was automatically intimidated by the shoe pocket, right? Because it's like some kind of magic that Alexis just came up with. But actually, when I look back, the part I had the most trouble with was installing this. And once you read all the instructions, it goes relatively easy. The shoe, I promise you, it's more easier than it looks. So we have everything finished on the left part of the luggage keeper. We're going to grab our exterior part, the one that has a U, and we're going to take the other zipper. We're going to draw some lines. We're going to do 1.5 inches from the bottom. And I know this is where I've seen in the chat earlier, people have questions on this part right here. So, all right. If you're choosing to have another piece of fabric right now, this is where you could do it. This is like the place that you could do it. You can have like a piece of vinyl or in color. You can have it going across as long as it's between these two lines. They won't be shown. Or you could do it after you put the zipper. We really are bothered by it. You can, some people in our group edge coat it the ends of these so that way that they look clean and finished. You can do a cap. Like, so what I do is I take extra fabric that is like this. I'm trying to see when I want a scrap, I can't find a scrap. That's hilarious. Okay, hold on. So what I'm gonna cut out this. So I take, let's say you have a scrap. You can do like, if this is 1 inch, you can fold this over onto this, and then your raw edges are enclosed and you don't have nothing to worry about. That to me is the second option over edge painting or fabric markers. If you don't want this to be shown, you can do that. Or you can place the fabric over it, but just keep in mind you're adding another layer that has to get bind. So we draw a 1.5 inch mark, and below the drawn line, run double-sided tape 1/8 of an inch. My double-sided tape, this one is not from way back, and it unravels really weird. So I roll with it, and like que sera, sera, like there's nothing I can do about that. So I'm going to remove my double-sided tape, the pill, and then we're going to put the zipper tape right here. Okay, we're going to remove the double-sided tape. We're going to stick down the edge of the raw side. First of all, so I'm going to find my center. This will help. You'll see in just a moment. So just find your center, raw side. So we're going to stitch this down. So the zipper tape down at 1/4 of an inch. Back stitch at the beginning and end. My zipper fit, when it's not on the narrow and it's like the regular fit, if I just go follow the line, the edge of this foot to this, and it's exactly 1/4 of an inch. But if you are at home and you have a domestic machine and you have like a needle positioner, this is the time you can move your needle to left or right, however you're sewing. All right, trim the threads. We're gonna sew the zipper up so it's easy to zip. We're gonna fold it over and we're gonna sew at 1/8 of an inch. And this helps encase the raw edges of the zipper. And back stitch a few stitches. We're doing 1/8 of an inch towards the edge of the zipper, not where the zipper teeth is, because then it will be not functional. I'm kind of like tugging at the zipper teeth while I'm sewing, just to make sure I'm trying to do as even as possible. All right, it's all pretty now. I'm not cutting my zipper tails yet. Don't your zipper little tails on the edge. We're gonna grab the lining pocket. And zipper pulls. I'm using zipper pulls from Zipper Valley. So what I'm going to do is I'm matching the zipper tape because we cut it the same. I'm matching them. I'm going to thread the first one on. Hopefully. I think my side is kind of frayed. Okay, I might do it on the other side because this side is super frayed. I should have burnt it, like the ends better off the lighter. Sometimes it's a hit or miss with me. It's funny, I put on zippers all day long, but then when I get filmed,
every single time,
it's the weirdest thing. All right, so I'm going to try this one more time on this side. Why are you acting like this today? Yeah, I'm talking to my zipper tape. That's probably not healthy. All right. I might have to do some shenanigans. It's like on too. It's just not moving. There we go. So I'm going to trim the teeth on this side to make sure they line up the same on the other side. I bring the zipper pull all the way to the other one. And clip that into place.
All right.
Sorry for the long delay. Half the video is going to be put on zipper tape. That's why it's really important to burn your edges, because this, when you're mixing with all these zippers, they just get everywhere. So now we're going to, our zipper pulls are on. We're going to trim away the excess from the luggage. So I'm going to bring this onto this side. I'm going to pop a few clips in there. Just make sure it stays. And pop a clip on it again. Pop a clip. Do the same on this side. Trim. Okay. We are now going to base the sides at 1/8 of an inch. Okay. I really like these colors together. Okay. So when you open this up, you see the bottom. So where I told you before, if you put like a small strip of like a vinyl, you could have done it where I showed you in the beginning before we did the zipper thing, but you really can't notice because this just goes over a trolley. And when the zipper pocket is closed and you're putting stuff in it, you're not opening this up and be like, hey, what does the zipper lining look like? You're gonna be fine. All right, so we trim that. Then we're going to put some markings for a rivet. We're gonna go 1.5 inches away So we're gonna go 1.5. I showed it that. We're gonna go 1.5 inches away from here to the top and 3/8 of an inch down. Okay, we're gonna punch a rivet. I'm just gonna triple check my measurements. I just always triple check. It's easier that way. That's my phone. Super loud. Okay. All right. Hole puncher, hole puncher, hole puncher. We're almost done with this first part. You guys did a lot of work today. So I have to squish my bag to put the rivet holes in it, but you can, if you have a punch like the manual one you do with the mallet, which is, oh my god, I love that one because it's just like you're not squishing your bag. Then we get 2 rivets. Put it through. Okay, then we get my press to set, to set the rivets if they don't fly everywhere. The back popped off. This side. All right, our rivets are set. And then there's an optional hole that you can put right above the line up here. I actually really like this option. I think it's awesome to have extra security. Now, when you do it, you're not going to put any rivets in it. That's going to be one of our last steps when we're done with the bag, but it's pretty cool. So you just punch the hole because you're going to need it to guide in that last step, one of the last steps. And I'm going to grab my other piece and make the marks and punch the holes. Okay, we still have a little work to do on this one. So we're now on page 31. We're going to grab our foam pocket lining piece. I'm just going to tuck these handles out of the way. We're going to clip this right sides together. We clip there, clip here, and we're going to sew this at 3/8 of an inch, right sides together. Again, you could draw your 3/8 of an inch line out, and it can be extremely helpful. Sorry, my machine was like, guess what? You didn't hold your threads. So I'm going to punish you by giving you multiple threads. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Back stitch at the beginning and end. Make sure all raw edges are together. I need to go back over there. It skipped a stitch. I will go back once I am done. So I'm going to trim these threads. And see, I had like a skip stitch over there, so I'm just going to go back Okay. We're going to trim this down to 1/8 of an inch. Pinking shears really do help at this. You could do, if you don't have pinking shears, you could do little V notches. So you can help ease the curve. I'm going to take the clip. I'm just going to finger press. And I'm going to bring this down over here, clipping it. All right, so we're going to top stitch this down. There we go. Move the pieces as much as you want to get the kind of results you want. Just take your time. Man, I have brown threads everywhere. Okay, we're going to grab the backing. And we are going to clip. Okay, so we're now going to sew this at 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. We're just going down, across, and up again. Pivot of 3/8 of an inch across. Just move your back. Your back will be fine. You can squish it. Okay. Okay, and our pocket is forming. We're going to do 1/8 hole placement from here and then here. So just, you could break your stitching so that you could jump to one section to another. It just holds it in place where the material is. You could, if you wanted to, you could sew across. It's not going to hurt if it, because it's all going to be part of inside the binding. But I'm going to. So we have our luggage keeper, our cell phone pocket, And that's it. Next Sunday, we're going to do pack 3 and 4. That one's a little bit shorter, but the steps are super important. So we have, I'm kind of liking this color combination a lot. Just throwing that out there. This is pretty amazing to me. So we have our pocket. I sewed 2 pockets when I only needed 1. I just realized that. I need to go to sleep. So we have our zipper.
Never have too many pockets.
No, it's the pocket. I sewed 2 of the front pocket when I only needed 1. So yeah, it's okay. I can use it for another project. I promise you. So we have one of our main panels has the luggage zipper. The other one has the pocket, and the second pocket does not exist. Doesn't exist. So we're done with tonight. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the chat. Myself or Alexis or another person that is knowledgeable and that wants to share will be able to assist you. I'm kind of responsive. I like to respond to people. So until then, till next Sunday, I hope everyone has a great day. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, it will help my channel out tremendously. And